Hey guys, Coach 2K back with another video in what might become a series on my channel, and that is how to start, create your own fictional league from scratch. And in this particular video, I'm going to talk about beginning with your league concept and the teams that you want to have in it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and usually there's a little bell there. You can kind of click it to get notified when I upload stuff. Helps the channel out, and welcome to the channel if you decide to do that. Well, many of you know, if you've been watching my channel, I've been doing a series of a My League with a fictional roster. And I gotta tell you, that's a lot of fun. And it's kind of cool getting to know the players and what they do and who's doing well on other teams. And I can kind of develop my own stories around what's going on there. But I thought in preparation for NBA 2K18, I thought it might be cool to develop my own fictional league. And so instead of like waiting till the game is released and then starting to do those a lot of the thinking about what I want to have, I thought I'd just go ahead and start now and give you guys kind of an inside look into what I'm thinking before that comes out, so we can have some of this built if I decide to continue to do it. Now, the first thing I thought in sitting back and thinking about what you wanted to do was you have to come up with a concept for your league. And there's all kinds of things that you can do. Like, one of the things I thought of was, well, I'll have a world league and I'll have like the best teams in the world, and those teams will compete for a championship using like the 30 most populous areas in the world. But that included places like cities in China, Indonesia, and some I'm kind of at a disadvantage here because I don't have the cultural background to really know a lot about those regions and players that might come from them if they decided to have that kind of identity. And so then I thought, well, maybe I'll have a North American league and have teams like in Mexico and Canada, Central America, the Caribbean, and teams like from Mexico City, which does make a lot of sense. Teams from Canada like Toronto, or a team from Haiti or the Dominican Republic, for example. But I don't have a lot of experience with some of those teams either that I would have to come up with. So what I decided to do was to go with a team based just solely in the United States. And in the My Leagues, you can relocate teams to other areas in the country. And so I decided to just pick the 30 most populated areas in the country and put NBA teams in those cities. And then once I did that, then I came up with some team names. And I took that a bit further in just a second after I show you kind of what I decided to do. So in the standings area here's the teams. I'll start in the Atlantic. I put a team in Boston, Baltimore, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington. And I named Boston the Boston Blast, Baltimore Blues, New York Knights, Philadelphia Prime, and the Washington Whips. So instead of being in the Southeast, the Washington team's going to be in the Atlantic now. And we added Baltimore instead of having New Jersey. In the Central, we're no longer going to have the Indiana Pacers. That team has been moved to Cincinnati. It'll be the Cincinnati Challengers. We got the Chicago Chaos, the Detroit Dazzle, and we got two new teams here as well, Pittsburgh Producers and the St. Louis Silver. And in the Southeast, the Atlanta Action, the Charlotte Chevys, the Miami Menace, the Orlando Outcast, and then we got a team in Tampa, the Tampa Tropics. In the Southwest, Dallas Demons, Houston Hustle, the Las Vegas Lightning, Phoenix Pros, and the San Antonio Scorchers. So the Las Vegas team is a new team there. In the Northwest, the Denver Demise, the Kansas City Crew, Minneapolis Mystics, Portland Power, and we're back in Seattle with the Seattle Shockers. And then we got the Los Angeles Legends, the Anaheim Rage, Sacramento Sentinels, San Francisco Sky, and the San Diego Slammers. So those are the teams and the team names that I came up with. And so this is kind of preliminary. I may tweak this a little bit, or as I go along here and start thinking about it a little bit more, I may decide I want to kind of structure it a little differently. But excuse me, this is what I decided to go with initially. And I even took it a step further to kind of start creating the backstory here. I want to kind of develop a reason why this league exists. Either because now it's a feeder, it's a league, the NBA folded, or now this league is an elite league above the NBA, something like that. And then I created a name for my league, and that's the New American Basketball League, and it'd be the NABL. And beyond that, I also went and I developed a list of owners, majority owners for each of these teams. Like one of the teams is the owner is Rebecca Sokol, and she inherited the team from her father, who was big in the newspaper business. And so I created some occupations for these owners to kind of know where they earn their fortune from. And on top of that, I came up with a commissioner name to run the league, and I gave a lot of thought to the commissioner and the deputy commissioner. And the commissioner's name is going to be Davin Rosenthal, and his deputy commissioner is going to be Levi Geiger. So I just want to share this with you. If you're interested in creating your own fictional league, as a first in a series, this is kind of where I kind of start. Now, obviously, you can see here the Boston Blast. We still got the Celtics logo there. So one of the things I'm going to have to consider is, okay, I got to give all these teams a new look, a new identity, and I'm going to have to do that. And what I may end up deciding to do is change it all around. But I just wanted to kind of give you an idea here of what to think about when you're creating your own fictional league. And you got to get some ideas out there for the ones that you really will end up with to kind of come to the surface. So that's what I would do first stepwise if you're creating a fictional league. And in the next video, I'll kind of talk about the next steps I take and in preparation for the NBA2K 18 release. Maybe we can have a lot of this stuff done. So if you got any suggestions on team concepts or team names or any kind of league idea as far as an overall concept, put them down in the comments there. I'd love to hear what kind of league ideas that you would have for other people who come along who might be interested in this topic to kind of make the game a little bit more fun for them. All right, well, hey, I'm Coach 2K, and I'll see you in the next video, and I'll see you on the court.